Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Shannon from Auburn, Michigan. Hey, Jacarius. How's everybody doing? Hey, Lisa. Gwen. How you doing? There's no cable today. I know y'all gonna ask. There's no cable today. Hey, Timothy and Dee Dee. Faye Jean. So, how does everybody feel about Days of Our Lives right now? Um, People are making fun of Suzanne's performance of learning that she killed Adrian supposedly. Hey, Sylvia and Bridget and William. Hello. They're making memes and making fun of her initially learning that she killed Adrian. I'm like, well, how else do you have to be found out you killed somebody and you might be going to jail? What made you cry today, um, Christy? Well, we knew that she was going to get off because, she's got to see Stefan in May. Actually, I didn't feel sorry for Sonny today. Actually, hey, Vicky. I actually didn't feel sorry for Sonny today. I actually enjoyed his performance. I was like, why don't they give him more powerful type performances and make him more aggressive? Because Sonny's usually a whiny little you know what. And I really like Sonny, but I liked him today. Usually Will has a little bit more umph than Sonny, but I like Sonny today. Hey Vicky. The scenes between Sonny and Maggie didn't make me cry. I was just excited. I enjoyed it. It was the best part of the episode today. I feel bad for Maggie, but knowing that she didn't do it and she got set up by Summer, you know, we gotta wait for two things to happen. One, she's gotta find out that Summer that she actually also killed her grandchild too, which is I think probably gonna be next week. And then we gotta have her find out she didn't do anything at all, and it was Summer. And then Summer got Adrian liver. Yes, Sonny actually did a good job today. Well, Sarah's about to go crazy when she finds out that her baby died. Let's see if she kidnaps Kristen baby. Um, I just wish they would do more with Abe. We'll find out about Evan this week, I guess, because he pulls a gun on Sonny. I think that's this week. The picture they've already been circulating the picture, but Evan is going to try to take the baby and run. I think, and then I guess Sonny's going to catch him or something. And he's going to pull a gun on Sonny. Hey, Wendy. Hey, China Doll. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, right now we're just talking about Days of Our Lives. I decided to start with Days of Our Lives, and then we'll go into General Hospital. So I know a lot of people want me to talk about Days of Our Lives first, so I figure I'll get that. Just come out the gate with Days. When we're talking about Days of Our Lives, I've always disliked the character of Summer. She was miscast, too old, everything. She didn't feel like she belonged on the show. She felt like a different character. Well, I didn't understand Lonnie today. Like Lonnie, for since the time jump, has been like, I want Eli. I miss Eli. I can't live without Eli. I'm ruining Eli's wedding so I can get him back. And as soon as he showed up the door, she's like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" And then she's not letting him in the room. He had to kind of, you know, push his way back in the room. And I'm like, what are y'all with this inconsistency with writing Lonnie? She been wanting this man all this time, and now all of a sudden she don't even want to let him in the room, and then she gives him some. Well, I don't think Evan goes postal because Sonny goes back to Will. I think Evan goes postal because the secret that he's the father of the baby is coming out. And he's got to go on a run, regardless of Sonny. I didn't watch As the World Turns. Hello, Holly. Um, uh, um, Hope's daughter pregnant. Oh, Sierra. I don't think so, but I think that we're dealing with time jump stories now, and if she's pregnant, it's going to be after the time jump. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about the gay Sonny, not the mobster Sonny. And people have been saying she was going to be pregnant with Ben's baby since November. So none. I think it's a dream. So if she got pregnant and we're watching a dream, it wouldn't make sense because the baby wouldn't be real once whoever Jennifer or whoever woke up. Yeah, when Lonnie was on some extra stuff today, I didn't know what was wrong with her. I started fast forwarding. I can believe that. Um, I thought it was okay. Um, for soaps are so tame when it comes to love scenes. It's not like before, like when General Hospital was like go online and watch the shower scene between Elizabeth and I think Lucky or Jason or somebody. You know, I went online. I was like, oh, okay, y'all got bonus love scenes on the web, and then the conservatives came in and screwed it up for everybody. Well, you're one of the few right now that loves the crap that they're spewing out, but we'll be talking about Bold and Beautiful a little later. Hello, Tori. Hey, Eric. Yeah, but I was glad that he said it, not Xander, so he can't blame Xander for saying it. So I was glad they had Victor say it. But I wish that they allowed Maggie to tell him without Sonny overhearing. I would love for Sonny that just came in like, "What's going on? Why's everybody so tense?" And then Maggie looked crazy. But I would have loved to Maggie snitched on herself. Um, Chrissy, the reason why I think it's a dream is because they're only dealing with time jump stories. They're not giving the people whose time jump stories are wrapping up new stories. You know, so they're just dealing with time. If it didn't happen in time jump, they're not creating anything new. They're just wrapping up all time jump stories. And to me, if it was real, then they would start giving the other characters new stories or setting up new stories. But if they're only dealing with time jump, then most likely it's a dream. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that soaps were copying off of each other, and it's just that they all decided at the same in the same year to give people their babies back. So, Hope got her baby back, Michael got his baby back, and next week should be Kristen getting her baby back. So 3 out of the 4 soaps had baby switches. Only one that didn't have baby switch was Young and Restless. Well, the General Hospital baby switch stories started in September of 2018. So it lasted almost 2 years. Well, it's going to be March because the spoilers for the next 2 weeks of Days of Our Lives in March is still dealing with Stefano in the baby switch in the car accident. So we've still got at least another month of time jump stories. But these are the last stories that are out there. So, they're going to get wrapped up. Keep in mind, you don't come till May. So it's still a long ways away. I think the actors are probably tired of the story, to be honest with you. I think they need a fresh storyline to wake them up. Yeah, yeah, definitely during that time when Like to Live and All My Children was still on, when they were still trying to give you some hot love scenes. I don't know who Maggie Doherty is. You're welcome, Rosemary. Well, Maggie is being remorseful, and Xander and Victor are trying to cover it up. And they knew before Maggie. Maggie just found out that she hit Adrian, and she snitched immediately. So Victor and Xander knew for a year. It's hard to be mad at Maggie when she's falling apart and just found out, and she's didn't keep it a secret, knowing that she might go to jail. I think it's I don't remember that. I saw it because I was watching back then, but General Hospital was not my favorite soap back then. I think One Like to Live was. General Hospital was kind of hit or miss. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's only so many names, so you know, there's just certain names they don't use a lot of. Like you don't see a lot of Victors. You have Victor on Days of Our Lives and Victor on. Uh, Actually, I take that back. I mean, I guess it's just so many names out there. You're gonna call your character, something. Only the really crazy names like Patch don't get used in multiple soaps. He said he needed money um, because he looks like Steve now. It's hard for him to access his money, and his kids won't help him. So now he wants 10 million so he can do what he wants to do. But technically, he should have money stashed away somewhere. There are no spoilers now telling when Steve will get his memories back. The only spoilers are talking about what Stefano's doing next. So at 9:25, we'll end days and we'll go into General Hospital. So we'll give this another 5 minutes. I mean, another 3 minutes. So any before we switch to General Hospital, any major days questions? I haven't seen any news about Eve. I definitely am looking out for that. But I haven't seen anything about Eve returning. The only one they're talking about is returning so far is Chloe. Young and Restless and Bold and Beautiful probably be in the next half hour because we're going to go to General Hospital next. And after General Hospital, we'll do Bold and Beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't really consider the Crip scene a love scene. It was kind of just two people like ripping their clothes off out of hate, and we didn't really get to see any extra moments. You know, they came back. It was them putting their clothes back on. Okay. No, you may have thought she was going to be pregnant, but I never thought she was pregnant. And she has had no scenes with her being pregnant. She's right now, her only concern is saving Ben. And once again, it's really likely this is just a dream. So if she gets pregnant in the dream, then it don't mean she's pregnant when Jennifer or Kate or whoever wakes up. So, you know, and I don't know why they're trying to stick Sierra with a baby. I mean, it's time for Sierra and Ben to have, you know, they're not even married. And you want her to be pregnant. So, you know, Sierra's young. She's really too young to have a baby. You know, she really needs to have soap adventures like Marlena did or you know, Erica Kane, you know, stuff like that. Let her have fun before she starts having a kid that we won't see anyway, because kids hold back soap characters. So, you know, her baby's going to be with the nanny. Her baby's going to be Grandma Julie or Grandma Kate or whoever grandmother is going to be the one watching the baby. Victor might be watching the baby. So when a character like Sierra or any other soap character, name one soap character that you see regularly with the children. Sometimes Elizabeth on General Hospital, but that's because she don't have a storyline. So Sam had any kids, she couldn't even have kids, had a kid, and you don't ever see them kids. You know, so I don't know why people want these soap characters to have kids that writers don't want to write about. And then they end up having a bunch of different babies once they start having love triangles. I'm just saying. So let's go ahead and start talking about General Hospital. Brooklyn. Now let's talk about Brooklyn. If you're in my Soap Fam soap group, you saw what I posted today. When I was watching General Hospital today, I saw Brooklyn with the big old purse. And I said, that's the pregnancy purse. That's the purse they give actresses when they're pregnant and they're trying to hide the body. And then I said, she got a big old coat on. I said, that's the pregnancy coat. So, you know, even either you're fat or they give you that coat when you're fat or they give you that coat when you're pregnant. And then she got the big old purse that she's walking around with to try to hide her stomach. And then she's wearing black and they only shoot her from like right here up. And I'm like, oh, she pregnant. I haven't seen any news on Twitter or Instagram or anything, but I'm like, that's the only reason why she's wearing these big ass ugly clothing. That's pregnancy clothing, soap pregnancy clothing. Thank you, Gwen. Please hit that like button. I don't know how many likes I have now, so I'll check. But okay. Thank you, Devanese. Hopefully I said it right, Devanese. Thank you, China Doll. I know we switched back to Sierra, but you know, Yeah, let them have fun and adventures. Why do you want to saddle her with a baby? So no. And then y'all gonna be mad when the baby get kidnapped or switched or something because writers don't know what to do with children. Yes, Brooke Kerr from Passions is going to be a doctor on General Hospital, and I'm guessing, I'm guessing she's going to be training a mother. You know, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. If they bring one a new black woman on the show, and they told you train a father, so I'm guessing she might be training a mother. Yes, Lisa, pregnancy purse. We've all seen it. And then you got the pregnancy vase when they stand in front of the big old vases and the plants and whatnot. Yeah, all that. With General Hospital, they're super secretive about who's going to die. So we won't have an inkling of who's going to die till Friday. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, whether or not people I want to die will die, or actually, I wouldn't want any characters to die. But there's certain ones that I just would rather live. Like I want Nell to live, but Carly's looking like she won't let it happen. Okay, Sylvia. Actually, I like Kim the stripper on One Life to Live. That was like she was good for Clint. But Brooklyn is annoying, and her wardrobe is awful. But I'm just realizing that it looks like pregnancy wardrobe. They don't want the character to be pregnant, so she's got to hide it. Yeah, there's a chance that she definitely is going to be Trina's mom because she's a black woman and Trina needs a mama. It would be interesting to see that Trina's mother was a doctor all this time and not once did she mention it to Jocelyn. I think you're the only one. I didn't think it. That never even crossed my mind. They've been talking about him coming since last year. I have no idea. He may not even come till this summer when Sammy comes. I don't know. But they've been talking about that boy for at least 9 or 10 months that he's coming. But he don't have any other teens to talk to right now. I wish Julian would just give her some so she can calm down. You know her from One Life to Live. Yeah, hopefully they're safe though. Hey, Sheree. You want to see Cameron protect her. All we saw was him running away from danger, not to danger. He looked like he was running away from something. So she might be out of luck. I just watched today's episode and I didn't see none of that. Are you looking at like a day ahead General Hospital? Because I'm sure I finished the episode. Oh shit. Excuse my language. I just realized I didn't finish watching today's episode of General Hospital. I got sidetracked. So okay, Sharon, thank you for the update. Um, yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, now you reminded me that I didn't finish watching General Hospital. because I had to work. I had to work. She's just back to being the Sam that she used to be, which was clingy and dependent on Jason. Now, let's talk about this. How do you feel about Carly? I feel like they're trying to fix Carly. For a long time, Carly has been, she went from being the star of the show, the troublemaker, the get in your face. She always came with these crazy plans that never worked out, that Jason had to save her from because they always went wrong. That was the Carly I grew up with and loved. Then Laura Wright became Mama Carly. It was all about her children, her marriage, and she didn't have any stories of her own. And her and Sonny got real boring really fast. And over the last 2 weeks, I'm like, she's starting to look like the Carly I used to like, the one I remember. So do y'all, have any of y'all noticed the changes in Carly? Right. That's the Carly that I remember. And I'm like, she's back. You know, Laura Wright doesn't even act the same way she's been acting for the last few years, maybe last 10 years. but yeah, she's sudden, all of a sudden she's got all this energy and she's in people's faces and she's at the jail and she's taking over when Michael should be talking, you know, to Brad. You know, she takes over the whole conversation. You know, I think they're writing Carly like Carly's supposed to be written. I have no idea where to find Sunset Beach episodes. Well, I grew up with the original. I started with Sarah Brown Carly, which was the best Carly of all of them. Yeah, my love-hate relationship with Carly is I hate Mama Carly, the boring, in her kids' business all the time. You know, Jocelyn, are you screwing today? That Carly, I'm not feeling her. The one that cheats with Jax and everything, and lusts after Jason but doesn't do anything. Remember them days of getting, you know, over the pool table? Yeah, Carly still remember that pool table sex. I would love for them to bring back Deimos, and the recast for Stefano is only temporary. So we got Carly's on the mission to get Nell. True. Carly's back. And we said we got Gwen. I think she wanted Sonny to put it. Yes, she asked Sonny to put it on Nell. I did see that. Lisa, thank you. Secret Storm and Dark Shadows? Don't remember that. I remember Dark Shadows, but not Secret Storm. Yeah, I like that Carly is returning. I just don't like that she's trying to kill Nell. So far, she's not. Right. Hey, Cheryl. Mama Carly is very boring. So before we wrap up General Hospital, is there any other subjects about General Hospital that you'd like to um, see talk about? Yes, Laura definitely looks better. Now, I saw chemistry between Olivia and shoot, I keep wanting to call him Brody because he was Brody on One Life to Live. But did y'all see the chemistry between Dustin and Olivia? I'm like, put that couple together. Give me some Dustin and Olivia. Lulu don't know what to do with him. Well, I'm sure Cyrus will probably eventually get killed because all Sonny's enemies get killed. You know, from Faith Roscoe to the Zakars, they all end up dying. Well, yeah, they're back to that. They had this storyline going before, where I was talking about is Dustin going to molest Trina and Trina and Jocelyn, because Jocelyn been trying to give her virginity away for a while, and you know, I think she's ready to give the teacher some. Hopefully, they don't kill her because she's actually really good for the show. I have not seen today's episode. I just know that someone mentioned that the kids got kidnapped today. I've only seen part of the episode, so I didn't see it at the end. I mean, some characters are ones for you to love to hate, but they make the show what it is. A hero is only good as his villains. If you don't have good villains, then the heroes are boring. I don't know why Emma came back to begin with. That was like, I don't know what that was for. Maybe the actress was in town and they said, hey, you want some work? A couple of scenes to say hi to the cast. But Spencer's already done what he's going to do. I'm sure they'll bring him back later to make up with his father. Well, I think Deb's going to get killed. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But he's talking about going to boarding school. Yeah. Well, looks like Josh has stopped talking about Oscar. Well, I think Heather Weather would have tried to kill Carly, not put her in Ferncliff. I think that the two actors, they wouldn't look right, honestly. Emma still looked young and innocent, and then Spencer is starting to look older. I wouldn't want them to be nothing but friends. Thank you, China. I have not seen anything about any recasting of Bo. Just fans wanting it to happen. Fans want Bo back, but I promise you, if they recast Bo, they're going to be mad that it's not the Bo that they wanted. Nothing. Anna already knows the truth about Peter. That's her son. She's trying to protect him. I wish they would bring her back because I love Heather Matheson, but I've given up on that a long time ago. Yep. I didn't know they were recasting Brady. Or you're talking about Brody since we're talking about General Hospital. Or I don't know. They're not rehashing General. These Are Our Lives, Brady. I don't know which person you're talking about. Or maybe you're talking about Bo. On, yeah, Peter doesn't want to come back, and that's what fans want. Fans want that Bo, But if they just get some random actor to be Bo, it's going to be like a brand new actor being Bo. So they bring Bo back from the dead as somebody new. And fans will not be happy because they want what they remember. They don't want something new. And that's the problem. Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. There are so many lies and speculation out there that when I'm looking through my spoilers and trying to figure out what's true and what's not, that I see so many things that are clearly not true that are just coming up on the timeline of people saying, well, this is true. And I'm like, I've seen the same spoiler you saw, but I read it. A lot of people just read the headline. In the headline, they go, oh, Sierra's pregnant. You know, but then they read the article and article says, well, Sierra might be pregnant because it's just clickbait. And I have to read the whole thing to see if it's clickbait or not. And also got a certain websites, y'all know the websites that, well, hopefully you know the websites like Celebrity Dirty Laundry and Soap Dirt. They're constantly doing clickbait. Some of their stuff they say is true, and then the other 80% of the stuff is just clickbait. And I see a lot of those clickbait headlines show up in the feed like this. And I'm like, if you read the whole article, you know that they were like, maybe, if, possibly. They use all those words once you actually start reading it. You know, it's possible that such and such might happen. And then you watch the show and it doesn't happen because they're speculating on things that'll get your attention so that you can click on it and then get money from ads to say, look, this is how many clicks we've had. Thank you, Cherie. So we're moving on to Bold and the Beautiful. So let's talk about Bold and Beautiful because I just realized why I realized actually today why I don't like Flo. And it's not just the bad acting and why I don't want her with Wyatt after the way he left Sally for her twice is that Flo and Wyatt have never had a romance. They never built the romance up. They never had any events in their lives that brought them together. It's always been, oh, this childhood crush from the past has come back, and they're so in love because they were so in love off camera before they ever met. And that's why I think we appreciate Wyatt with Sally, because we actually saw Sally with the gun shoot the picture, and we watched them for months develop into a relationship, and it grew into a love affair that we all thought was cute and nice and sweet. And then here comes Flo out of nowhere, no build up, no nothing. And then she's like the love of his life. And we're like, huh? This baby snatcher is the love of your life? So yeah, I just realized today, I'm like, that's why Flo and Wyatt don't work. They haven't built up any type of relationship between them that we can honestly look at and say, oh, I see why they're in love. No, they're in love because that's what the script said. But they haven't developed it on camera. And they have a lot of time. They could have been developing a romance between Flo and Wyatt that was a little bit more believable instead of just having the same Hope storyline over and over again. Okay, I remember spoilers that you said that Hope and Thomas have sex. Any idea? Well, they might actually get married before they have sex. So Bridget comes back, I think, March 30th. And we're speculating, it's speculation, because they said she's coming back for, I think, one day. And it's either, they said it's probably going to be a wedding or a funeral. And I'm guessing it's going to be a wedding because Thomas is either going to have to marry Zoe, which we know is not going to happen, And I'm thinking Hope and Thomas will probably get married on March the 30th, and that's why Bridget is there to be part of the wedding. So, but the weddings are usually 2 days. So I'm thinking that's when you'll actually see Hope and Thomas get married and probably have sex after. Thank you, Cheryl. I would love to see Hope and Thomas get married just so I can see the look on on Brooke's face. All this work, she's losing her marriage over Thomas, and then Hope goes and marry him anyway. I would love to see Brooke with egg on her face. Thank you, Faye Jean. Yeah, I think Brooke needs to be taken down a peg or two and then climb back up. I thought Quinn was a good start, but you know, I almost feel like they dropped that storyline. Well, now this is speculation, but I thought that it's speculation that made sense. That's why I'm sharing you this as a rumor, and I put this in our Facebook subgroup. Is that one of the sites speculated, and I'm telling you speculation, that while Sally and Wyatt are together, since they've got Bill being nice to Flo now, that there's a chance that a spark could happen between Bill and Flo. And you know the way soap operas are, because Katie and Flo are friends, is like the perfect betrayal between, you know, her kidney donor and her soon, well, they're not married, but and Bill doing something with Flo that would be Wyatt would feel betrayed, and Sally cannot be sick anymore, and they can have a lot of drama out of that. So I actually would say I'm only mentioning because I would love to see it. I would love for Flo and Bill to get together just so that Wyatt can be taken down a peg for the way he treated Sally. Well, Wyatt would never be trapped with Sally because Wyatt would do the same thing that Kyle did to Summer on Young and the Restless. He would dump Sally in a heartbeat if it meant getting back with Flo and if Sally wasn't sick anymore. So I think the only thing that would stop Wyatt from getting back with Flo is if Flo gets with somebody like Bill and causes some friction in that relationship. Because I would love to see it. Flo and Wyatt are so boring. I think we need a controversy shakeup that could, you know, turn things upside down. That's what I would like to see. Oh, plus Bill having sex with Flo and having had sex with her mother. Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, Flo is not selfless. Flo is like, look, you got 30 days. She's supposed to be dead in a month. You got 30 days um, to make Flo happy. I mean, Sally happy, and then come back to me. We have a whole lifetime. Okay, I think it's just like that speculation said. This is just to break Wyatt and Flo up just long enough for Flo to catch the eye of somebody else, possibly Bill. Peter. That's General Hospital. Um, are you talking about Peter Recco or are you talking about Peter from General Hospital? That's what I was just saying, Eric, that I felt like they dropped the ball with Quinn and Brooke. It's like they were building up to something and then they like forgot about it. They went back to Thomas and Hope. I don't know what that means. I think that they got Hope just looking like the vegan I can't remember the word, hippie, the vegan hippie. That's how I describe Hope's dressing. Yes, the writers are all over the place. There's no consistency, and I think we can all agree this does not feel like a February sweeps for Bold and Beautiful. Hell, not even Young and Restless. I don't even feel like February sweeps, except for that whole the Victor storyline. Well, that's what we're talking about. Brooke and Quinn, they just dropped the ball on Brooke and Quinn. They just went back to Hope and Thomas. Yeah. In the same way, Christy, the same way you say Ron Moss is your only ridge, if they go get another bow, they're gonna be like Peter Ruggles, the only bow for me. I don't care about this new guy. They want Hope and Bow and Hope, but they want Hope in the bow they remember. Yeah, yeah, because Sally really loves Wyatt, and Flo says she loves Wyatt, but like I said, they haven't really built up any real history between the two on camera. Yeah, I don't even know if they dropped the fashion show. Um, they haven't talked about the fashion show between uh, Hope and Steffi in a while. No, they're not going to tell you what Sally's illness is. If she gets a miracle cure, they probably don't want to piss anybody off that actually has a particular illness. So I don't really see any major questions or anything about uh, about Bold and Beautiful because I think nothing has really progressed or changed. I'm sort of scanning the comments and it's mostly most of us just um, saying how much we don't like characters and what's going on in there. If I was Zoe when Hope barged in the room so rudely, yeah, yeah, I think, and that's what, and Scott, that's the thing. People cried for Hope to be with Beth. They begged. They wrote CBS. They tweeted CBS. They begged CBS. They gave CBS their ratings. And then 2 weeks after Hope had her baby, you stopped seeing her with the baby. You might have seen her with the baby like once or twice a month. So I think a lot of Hope fans feel betrayed that they invested so much emotion on Hope getting her baby back, and then Hope has nothing to do with the baby. It's all about Douglas now. And that's what I was talking about. If Sierra had gotten pregnant, then fans that want her. I don't know why they want to be pregnant, but if she did have a baby, there's gonna be a storyline, and then the baby's gonna disappear and be off camera all the time. So it's not real life. You really want. I remember the 80s and 90s on soaps. Characters rarely got pregnant. They were always on adventures, finding Eterna and whatnot. When you found out a character had a baby, it was because they were drugged and they didn't realize they had babies, and so then they had secret babies and they got raped and they gave the baby away, and then the baby showed up on the doorstep pretending to be an assistant. I'm talking about Kingdom Heart with all my children. That's how you had new soap kids come along. The characters had the kids like 20 years prior, and they just showed up on the doorstep, and every once in a while, other characters would get pregnant or whatever. But for the most part, in the 80s and 90s, we had Marlena being possessed by the devil. You had Angie and Jesse on all their little adventures and stuff. So, we had a lot of stuff going on with the characters, not trying to settle down and have families. That's real life stuff. Soap's supposed to be an escape, a fantasy. Okay, let's see. China. Zoe crazy. She knows Thomas killed Emma. Now, this is my theory about Zoe. It may be correct. It may not be correct. And I always said, and I said, this is So Fan Group. Hopefully y'all are part of So Fan Group, and hopefully y'all are hitting that like button. But in the So Fan Group, I mentioned that the last we saw Zoe, she was in a friend's apartment that she was about to get kicked out of. She had no job. She had no money. She had nowhere to go and not knowing what she was going to do. She was a pariah because of her father. And she just had nowhere to go. And then all of a sudden, here comes Thomas as like Prince Charming, come in like, hey, I'll get you a job in the company. Although Stephanie and Liam end up jumping the gun and making sure she got a job in the company to be a spy. But once their spy work is done, there was no guarantee. They wouldn't say, oh, by the way, you're a baby snatcher, and so you're fired. So Thomas is like the golden goose. If Zoe can marry Thomas or even get a baby out of him, she's set. She's set. So even if Zoe knows that Thomas is into Hope, she's probably trying to set herself up to make sure that she's good. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory. Zoe, if Zoe leaves Thomas, then what? There's no guarantee here she would keep her job at Forrester. So, she's just trying to ride this wagon until the wheels fall off. In my opinion. What was that? Marlena had children come out of a spaceship. See, I ain't watched the show back then, so I don't know if I can believe this or not. Because I remember there was a point in the '80s where Dynasty found was kidnapped by aliens, or Dynasty, and then forgot everything on the coldness. So at one point in time, soaps were dealing with that stuff, aliens. So Katie's telling everyone about Sally's only set for people that love her like her family. Exactly. She's got a sister, Patricia Dalbos, her aunt. They got the real Sally Spectra still out there on the beach somewhere drinking Mai Tais. They got her whole Sally Spectra crew that love her, and not one of those characters are brought back for Sally's illness. Makes no sense. Yes, Steffi needs a new storyline. And I'm sort of ready to switch over to Young and the Restless because it's 10 o'clock. So, um, so, um, so, okay. So that's what I'm saying. So kids were created off camera, all sorts of different ways. But I don't think other than maybe Elizabeth during hospital, I've never really seen a character kind of like be shown with her kids, raising her kids. But even with Elizabeth, they don't show all of her kids at the same time. Like, remember the kid that was baking cookies? That may or may not have been trans or gay or whatever. And they never went back to that storyline. Remember her kid that was brainwashed at one point by Helena Cassadine? Like, they didn't really talk about him in a long time. Now it's all about Cam. So, yeah. So they don't even deal with all the children. They don't even deal with Sam. Sam got more than one kid. They only deal with one kid at a time. You know what I'm saying? Soap characters don't need kids. They don't do nothing with them. So let's start talking about Young and the Restless. Well, that's why we got Stefano and Steve's brain right now. I think fans remember that Zoe was a stalker when the show first started. I don't know if the writers are going to remember that, honestly. See, this is the thing. I laughed my tail off when I watched the Young Russ episode that played today. I said, there's so many Cola fans, Kyle and Lola fans, that are going to lose their minds when they see this episode with Summer and Kyle thinking about screwing half the episode. And then Lola all into Theo with not a care in the world for Kyle. That ship has sailed. And I don't know if I'm going to share another theory with you. And tell me what you think about this theory. No, you probably don't, a lot of you don't know this. I'm a producer, and I've been doing web series and movies and even some shows for DC TV. And I've had situations where my actors have made the mistake of having sex with each other. Remember, this is speculation, just my little theory. And then actors have come to me and said, look, I don't like him no more. I don't like her no more. I don't know what you're gonna do, but we can't be in these love scenes together no more. So that's what this show kind of reminds me of. And this has happened. I've been producing for over 20 years, and there's been just times where actors have come to me because they did stuff from real life, and they're like, "Look, we done. I can't do nothing else with him," and I had to abruptly break the characters up because I remember when Kyle and Lola used to kiss, and I'm like, "That looks real. That looks really real." So I have two theories. One theory is maybe something in real life happened that caused Kyle and Lola to break up that fast and just be that done with each other with no build up at all. Or the second theory is one I don't like, but Summer Hunter King has a new TV show on ABC, her Western pilot, and if Hunter is leaving the show, they may be setting Hunter up with Kyle for a big send-off, and hopefully she survives it. I mean, I'm okay with a recast. Hunter want to do new things. Don't kill the character. I'm ready for a recast. Or if you kill a character, let it be a plane crash over the border and the body not found, so she can show up later. Those are my theories. It's not facts. So I'm letting you know. What do y'all think about that? Keo. All of these names. They're not getting rid of Lola, although she keeps talking about Miami way too much, but they don't seem to be getting rid of Lola. It seems like they're moving her back over to Theo. So just because she's not with Kyle doesn't mean they're breaking up the Latinx on Young Wrestlers. I just wish they would do more with the characters that they have that are minorities. So not just Lola and Ray, but also Devon, Elena, Nate, Amanda, all the minorities on the show are just kind of twiddling their thumbs, waiting for a storyline for over a year. Well, yeah, because they don't know what to do with kids. They can't wait for a kid to grow 20 years for them to be able to write a storyline for them. So they can't have, that's why it's rare to see a kid grow in real time, which is why people loved Kimberly McCullough, because she wasn't a baby, but she was young when she was on the show, and they just kept her the whole time. Same thing with Star Manning on One Life to Live, or even Spencer on General Hospital. Actually, I talked about Days First. That was the first thing we talked about. We talked about Days First, and then we went on to General Hospital. Now we're wrapping up Bold and Beautiful and moving on to Young and Restless, and then we're out. So it's almost time to wrap up today's episode. So, where are the Young and Restless questions? Let me see. Yes, but there's a difference between having diversity in the cast and having diversity in the cast of storylines. Right now, the black people are the help. The Latin people are the help. Literally, the help. They don't have good storylines. They don't have storylines at all. Devon went and lost his entire fortune. They barely showed him. All the other characters around him was dealing with him losing his fortune, and now he's about to get it back through a text. That is some sorry ass writing. And people wanted Hillary back on the show. They gave us Amanda. We assumed that they would at least do something with Amanda and Devon, and they barely are in scenes with each other. There are people with screensavers with Hillary and Devon on it. They have so much chemistry and history, and they're putting her with everybody but Devon. Devon should be in a serious love triangle right now, or quadrangle with Nate. Elena, Nate, and Amanda. That should be what's going on. Fans wanted Hillary back. So if Amanda's the next best thing, get to Amanda. Don't put her with Billy in a storyline that's a dead-end storyline, where even the actor said he's not happy with the storyline. Jason Thompson said he's not happy with the storyline. I can understand why. Well, we wanted Devon to get his money back, but how he got his money back, wish he was a little more active in the storyline other than, Chance and Kevin deciphering the text and found out all the money sitting in a bank account in Devon's name. Just asking for Drusilla to come back is like asking Bo to come back on Days of Our Lives. It's just wishful thinking. I would love for her to come back, but right now without Kristoff St. John, if she came back, I mean, what would her character even do at this point? Thank you, China Doll. We could write much, 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 much better storylines. Fresh, new, and exciting. Yeah, they're not even going to show Colin. He's going to get a text. Okay, goodbye, Jacarius. See. Hey, good evening, Celine. We're wrapping up, but we're working on Young Wrestlers right now. Yeah, that if Campbell was here, he'd be amen and praising the Lord over this because he loved Mia, and they just got rid of him. It didn't make any sense. Well, I know they got rid of them to pay for Michelle Stafford's salary. So usually when they bring a big actor or actress back onto the show, they're going to kick actors off to make room in the budget for the other actors coming back. So we lost Mia and Arturo, and even Tessa, because Tessa's actually not on contract, so that we could get back Kevin, Chloe, Chelsea, and Michelle Stafford's version of Phyllis. So that's why we lost the Latin characters. They brought back the white characters. Okay, good night, Christine. You can always watch it from the beginning. So, once I wrap up, feel free to watch the replay. And it was fun. So you should enjoy yourself. I'm hoping it's Adam. Right now, I haven't seen anything that said it for sure, but it wouldn't make sense to do all this setting up and Adam not to get it. Well, it depends on how many shows you watch, because I can't really say that, because there's lots of good black shows out there now. You just got to start watching streaming services. Like, I'm tired of paying for BET Plus, but BET Plus has a show called Bigger on them, which I can't praise enough. I really like that show. They got a season 2 renewal. Nothing. They're putting Nick with Phyllis. Well, we've seen Jack. He just don't have a storyline. He's just always like sort of like praising Victor. That's been his newest mojo, is praising Victor. Yeah, because she sued him. Starting to lose my voice again. Adam always messes things up eventually. I think he'll probably be head of Newman, and then he'll be head of Newman, and then when Victoria wants a job back, that's when the drama's going to start. Sorry about that, but can't find my halls. So, sorry, Cheryl. Good night, Cherie. But I'm losing my voice. I cannot find my halls. So I'm going to wrap up and say good night. I think we've talked about everything. And I need to like gargle or something. But I just want to say good night to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the talk tonight. We'll see you in the SoFam Live group. And I enjoyed talking to everyone tonight. So have a good one, and I will catch you in the next SoFam Live. Cable should be here next time. Thanks for watching.